But we're going to start with the breaking news in the last hour as Tottenham Director of Football Fabio Paratici has resigned.
Paratici leaves Tottenham after an unsuccessful appeal against his Italian Football Federation ban on certain football-related activities. He was given a 30-month ban after his former club Juventus were found guilty of false accounting. Paratici departs North London after joining the club in 2021. Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy has said this has been a stressful time for Fabio and his family. We wanted to ensure that we allowed for due process to be followed. Fabio is a man who lives and breathes football. We wish him well. As outlined in our year-end results, we started several months ago to restructure our football operations and last week announced the appointment of Scott Munn as Chief Football Officer to head up all the departments. We shall continue to strengthen our football functions over the coming months.
Well, Paratici helped bring in Richarlison for a fee of around £60 million from Everton last summer, but the forward has struggled and is still yet to score in the Premier League this season. The Italian played a major role in striking a double deal with Juventus to bring in winger Dejan Kulusevski on an 18-month loan deal in January 2022. Paratici also brought in Rodrigo Bentancur from Juve on a permanent deal at the same time. Both played a key role in the club qualifying for the Champions League last season. And Croatia international Ivan Perisic joined Tottenham on a free transfer last summer and has played a big part in the club's challenge for a top four finish this season.
Right, let's get some immediate reaction then to this significant breaking story. Delighted to say that we are joined by Chris Cowlin, host of the Spurs Chat podcast. Thanks very much for getting on the line so swiftly. Chris, what's your reaction to this news?
Good morning. There's always a drama at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, I'm afraid to say. And this is yet another drama at our club this morning. We've seemed to go to bed with dramas or wake up with dramas at the football club, and things need to change. But I'm not at all surprised that Fabio has ended up leaving the club. I think that he should have probably resigned a couple of weeks ago. Chairman Daniel Levy has said that it's been a stressful time for him. It is a very, very stressful time for us fans right now. There's a lot of very unhappy fans with the direction that the club is going in. Fair enough that the club have appointed Scott Munn, but from what I understand, he's starting the job on the 1st of July. We need this club to go back in the right direction because, in my opinion, since Pochettino was sacked in 2019, we have gone around in circles. We have appointed Jose Mourinho, a win-now manager. We then sacked him 6 days before a final. We waited 72 days for a manager, appointed Nuno Espirito Santo. That didn't work out. Antonio Conte, of course, he's departed a couple of weeks ago. We've now got Paratici leaving the football club. This club needs direction. We need ambition on the pitch. A lot of things need to change at this football club right now.
Chris, how big a loss is Paratici for Tottenham?
He's brought in a couple of great signings, which, of course, turned our season around last season. Bentancur and Kulusevski come in. They transformed our season. They were a huge part of getting us Champions League football for this season. Some of the other signings haven't worked out particularly well. But what I would say, on a positive note for Fabio is he is a football man. He understands football. He breathes football, as Daniel Levy said there. But some of the signings haven't been that great in the Premier League for Spurs. They've taken a while to adapt. So overall, I think that, Spurs getting a replacement in now. And, as I keep saying, the football club needs to move back in the right direction. And we probably need bigger and better players in future transfer windows.
No permanent manager in place at the moment, inconsistent form and now this. I could kind of gauge by your previous answers how you're feeling. I mean, what's the general feeling of Tottenham fans about the direction of the club right now?
Well, I think I could probably answer that very quickly and easily because in the last couple of home games and a couple of the away games before that, the fans are singing Maurizio Pochettino's name. I think that says a lot. Under him, we played exciting football. There was a real togetherness amongst the fans, the players. The players were smiling. We haven't seen that for a while. And a lot of fans are just very, very frustrated right now. And, we've gone round in circles. We've brought in 2 win-now managers that haven't worked. This next decision at the football club must be absolutely right. We haven't won a trophy in 15 years. It seems that whenever we're on a manager search, Chelsea now need a manager. It seems that they've got first dibs on any manager. Nagelsmann is being linked. But it pains me to say, and of course Sky reported it yesterday, that Pochettino is now in talks with Chelsea. I think the majority of the fan base, not all, I know not all fans want him back, but I think the majority of the fan base would be absolutely delighted and thrilled for a return for Maurizio Pochettino. But I can't see the club making that decision. But as I say, I think the next decision that the club make, it must be absolutely right, because the last few decisions have been poor.
Just on Pochettino, could this actually open the door for him? Would he want to work for the sporting director?
I think there's absolutely no doubt that if Spurs made that call, and I think it is just as simple as that, I think a board member ringing Pochettino and saying, do you want the job here at Spurs? I think Pochettino would come running back. He absolutely adores the club. He loves the club. So I don't think there's any doubt of his desire to come back. I think it's probably the club not wanting to make that decision right now. I know Daniel Levy has said before that they have a good relationship. Pochettino's always said that he wants to come back. It's just whether that happens. But I think now we need a project manager. We need a young manager. We need a manager that is going to transform this football club and get the fans engaged again, because it pains me to say that there's a lot of fans. I know a lot of fans at the moment, they're falling in love with the club, falling out of love with the club, which is devastating to see.
OK, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear your mood, Chris. Anyway, thanks very much for getting on the line. I'm sure we'll catch up with you at some point soon.
Thank you.